Hi, everyone. Thank you for attending my virtual senior recital. Doing it virtual this year has opened my eyes to a new way of performing and has been very interesting to learn. This performance you're about to see tonight is a culmination of different areas of study that I have learned over my time here at Hollins. I started playing violin at around the age of 9, but had put it down after high school. It wasn't until sophomore year that I had picked it up again and took lessons here at Hollins, and that was the beginning of my music major journey. From there, I went on to take piano and composition, and I took both of those at the same time, which was really beneficial because the piano was the vehicle that helped to teach me how to compose and write music. From there, I went on to take music history, which helped to teach me about the different periods of music as well as the different techniques and languages used within those periods. That all combined helped to inform me how to write papers that analyze those different periods of music. From there, I went on to take music theory, which helped to give me the skills to analyze and deeper understand other composers' compositions. It also showed me different techniques used within compositions and how to apply those to my own. Pulled all together, this is my senior recital. It's the culmination of these areas of my musical study. Thank you again for attending, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the performance.
For each period of music, I did an analysis project, wrote a paper, and composed a piece in that style. The first period I studied was the Baroque period, which occurred around the years 1600 until 1750. I focused my attention on a piece by Johann Sebastian Bach, Cello Suite No. 3 in C major. I developed an understanding of the structure of core dance movements that Bach incorporated into the suites. Some of the dance movements incorporated are a prelude, sarabande, bourrée, allemande, courante, and gigue. Each of these dances originate from a different place, such as Spain or England, but in the third cello suite, Bach writes them in the French style, where he incorporates different articulations and ornamentations to match the character and style of each dance. The piece I composed in the Baroque style consists of 3 movements: a prelude to open the piece, a sarabande, which is a slower dance of this period, and a gigue, which is a livelier, energetic dance of this period. I would like to say thank you to Brian Matheson for these performances. The next period I studied was the classical period, which occurred around the year 1750, but the stylistic characteristics began to appear around the 1730s. This period ended around the year 1820. This was the period of the Age of Enlightenment, which had large ramifications which included the separation of church from state. This is also when music became more for the general public and composers began to abandon extensive ornamentation that was seen in Baroque compositions. It was a period that emulated symmetry, balance, and clarity of Greek and Roman aesthetics. For this period, I studied Sonata Allegro form and studied Beethoven's Sonata Opus 10 No. 1. I learned the proper structure of a sonata as well as how to incorporate modulations to other keys and cadences used within a sonata. My piece, Sonatina in E minor, incorporates the exposition, development, and recapitulation. I am thankful that I was able to draw on my own piano skills to be able to perform this piece myself. Next is the Romantic period, which began around the years 1820 and ended around the year 1900. This was a period that put emphasis on originality, emotional expression, and experimentation of form. A great example of this period of music is the piece Erlking by Franz Schubert. This is based on a poem written in 1782 by Wolfgang von Goethe. This piece has become a personal favorite of mine and inspired me to explore more of this music. The piece I composed was a theme and variations. Each variation exploits a different chromatic vocabulary and incorporates a unique variation technique from my studies in Music Theory 3. I would like to thank Kate Statelinlin for her performance of this piece. My favorite period of music that I studied was the Impressionist period. This period began around the late 19th century and was inspired by paintings and poetry of the 19th century. This style of music uses texture, new chord combinations, and extended harmonies to evoke imagery and mood. This style also lacks directed motion and is a change from previous periods where the focus was on harmonic progressions. It is also during this time that music begins to become more influenced from other cultures around the world. The piece I analyzed was The Sunken Cathedral by Debussy. He slowly changes notes and drifts to different centricities. He imitates sounds of church bells, evokes imagery such as fog rolling in, and uses parallelism to diffuse the sense of tonality. All of this is done to show the image of a cathedral rising and falling in the water. The piece I wrote is Faire griller des guimauves, la neige qui danse, which is roasting marshmallows in the snow that dances, and tells the story of the calm and peacefulness that happens in a snowstorm. I hope you enjoy it and would like to thank Barbara Weddle for performing it. After studying the Impressionist period, I went on to study the 20th century with a focus on atonal music. The piece I composed used some analysis from Debussy's sonata for viola, harp, and flute, as well as Webern's variations for piano, opus 27. It also drew a lot from what I'm learning in music theory 4. The piece I composed is titled Send Shivers Down Your Spine. This piece has the beginning and the end sections, which are composed using 12-tone technique, mainly fuzzy transpositions in set class space. So in these sections, the trichords are gradually morphing from most densely chromatic to most open. The middle section is composed with a focus on the octatonic scale. There's a 4-measure phrase that uses set class and goes from chromatic to open using notes only from the octatonic scale. The 4-measure phrase then goes through an inversion, retrograde, and retrograde inversion, all with some modifications so that the notes remain only from that octatonic scale. Overall, this is the piece I composed to represent the 20th century. Thank you for watching my senior performance. I hope you enjoyed it, and I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this. Before I close this and finish this, I wanted to give some quick thank yous. The first one being to Professor Weddle and Dr. Kraus. I wanted to thank you for helping me this past year with this project. In the beginning, we didn't know what the final project was going to look like, but as we worked on it, it began to take shape. And so thank you for your knowledge and for guiding me through this project and helping it become what it became. Thank you to all of my professors who over the past 4 years have taught me and given me the knowledge that I have now. I truly couldn't have done this project without those lessons. It will honestly, all the conversations, all of the lessons, it will all stick in my mind, and I appreciate all of it. So thank you so much. I would like to say thank you to my teammates who were a listening ear to my talks about this project, provided input, and were also the audience to a few practice runs and performances of my performances. It was a huge benefit, and I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you to my roommate and friend Hannah for listening to each piece and providing input and ideas, and for also recording the first video for me, as well as pushing me to step out of my comfort zone and become a better performer. I would also like to extend a huge thank you to my family, who have supported me on this journey since I was 9 years old and picked up a violin. I truly wouldn't be where I am today without you guys. I appreciate everything that you have done, from listening to those practices when I was 9 years old and started with just like simple notes and scales to coming to the concerts and just being a listening ear to my compositions and my musical talks. I appreciate all that you guys have done for me, and I truly, truly appreciate the support that you guys have given me. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Thank you again to everyone for watching this. I hope you all enjoyed it, and yeah, thank you.